What's up?
Hello.
What up?
It is Tuesday, December 20th, the last show before Christmas. It's also Hanukkah. Can I get a little Jesus?
A little Jeebus,
yeah.
huh? Well, my mom always says. Oh, my mom always says Christmas Day or Easter. Jesus rose for you. Will you rise for him? She says that every year. She's very corny like that. But
if there's presents. Did your mom buy you a ugly sweater that says Jesus is the reason for the season?
No, I did not have that one.
You don't have one of those?
No, I mean, like I always thought, like I'd have my ugly sweater be like that old that male romper that we bought like a couple years ago.
Yeah. Sounds like a fun.
I never got into the sweater thing.
Yeah, I mean,
it was always we had stockings. Our version of sweaters is our stockings. With my parents, they would fill up our stockings with all kind of random shit.
Oh yeah,
that's nice.
And it's all awesome too. It's like, oh, I love this. Oh,
well, who doesn't like candy on Christmas?
It's like, not even candy. My mom would put in like an orange.
My mom would put in like beef jerky, like some tooth. What do you call it? The toothpicks, the little tooth joints that you use. To
little flosser jangs.
I mean, all kinds of little useful shit.
I'll tell you what was the shit. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I didn't
come home on Christmas when you're in college and then get all like gear and shit, like new swag and like, and then like actually have some money and then call up your boy and buy some Kind Bud, like instant, like you have like $200. You're like, I'm gonna buy. Who has some good weed? And then you go out and buy like some really skunky shit, and then you get high with your friends with all the money that you made from Christmas.
Just being there.
Yeah, that's it. All right, we've had another week, probably the best week of football in NFL history, maybe. Crazy.
Definitely the last few years. Yeah,
and it started on a Saturday. All the games, well, actually, the only game that was kind of ass was the Cleveland-Baltimore game.
There were a couple. I mean, Seattle-San Fran was
Yeah.
But, I mean, San Fran just dominated them.
We saw the greatest comeback in NFL history, 33 points down. We saw a snow game in Buffalo. Teams. Yep. And Miami brought it. Like Miami, actually brought it.
Came with it.
We saw the best World Cup final I've ever seen.
Yeah, ever seen.
Dude, I loved that game. That's how soccer should be, where both teams are just going at it, not scared.
They're not flopping everywhere.
Right.
Guys were taking shots and they were going down and then getting up. But earlier in the tournament, you see that same kind of shot that a guy takes and they're rolling and acting, and it's like,
dude is acting like he got shot, like literally.
Yeah, like he got shot,
capped him,
and his organs are
dead.
failing.
Right. And then that ends up. The only thing I didn't like is that it ended up in a shootout. But you can't.
Yeah, the shootout. I mean, people think that it's an easy thing. Those penalty shootouts are like you have to be good at kicking penalties.
Yeah,
it's psychology.
Even if you're good, sometimes you fuck up at the very last millisecond, and the goalie reads your shit and he blocks it. I mean,
Messi was so good though.
Or you miss. Remember Harry Kane against France?
Yeah, Messi was so good because he did the opposite of what they thought. They thought he was gonna like come up and just like nail one, and he just lightly kicked it in. Like he was so good. Like he was good the whole tournament. Like he went out on top for sure.
I don't think he's even going out. He says he's not retiring.
Well, he's got to get that.
Well, he's not retiring, but he's now he has literally hit the very peak of his levels.
He
doesn't. That was the last thing he needed.
Arch. Now, regardless of what you think, that arrow is now pointing down.
Yeah,
because there's nothing left for you to get.
There's Maradona's hand of God, and there's Messi in the 2022 World Cup. Those will be the legendary performances in Argentinian.
I mean, and you're like a legend in your country. He was already a legend, but now he's cemented as iconic. He's immortal now.
He could run for president.
Immortal. He's Maradona. He's Maradona level now.
Yeah, and he's more classy than Maradona. So like he's gonna be.
I mean, he's still got caught evading taxes like a motherfucker.
Argentina's a weird country.
Argentina is a weird country.
I mean, dude, their economy's pretty fucked. They have like 88% inflation right now. Like it's a mess down there.
But my guy in that tournament was Mbappe, Kylian Mbappe.
Oh yeah,
he was
Mbappe.
You can tell he's next up. It's him. It's his world next.
Yeah.
He won one in 2018.
Yeah, he was going for the back-to-back for one. That's what a lot of people forget. He was going for a back-to-back. And he still was the best player individually on that field. He scored 4 goals.
He scored 3. He scored 3
goals in a penalty kick.
Yeah. I mean, he was beast. He is just straight beast. Mbop. All right, let's read some supers before we get into the tier maker. Connor Akers and Robinson, Broncos country. You are the winkest link. Goodbye. Matthew Anthony, Distillers are going to the 8-1 Super Bowl.
Oh God.
Ian's Dalius, Colts and Pata helped hide the Bucks choke. Ready to stumble ass backwards into the playoffs below 500 just for Dallas to finally get a playoff win. Dude,
I don't know. I mean, it could be something where Dallas humiliates themselves against the NFC South winner. Because remember, everyone thought New Orleans was going to crush Seattle when they made the playoffs. And when they were 8-8, and then Beastquake happened.
The refs will give Brady all the magic that he needs. Like,
they already gave him 2 wins.
You know there's going to be some pixie dust they're going to just sprinkle over that game.
Salmon Boy 27, Indianapolis Colts. What happened? You lose. Why you lose to the Minnesota Vikings? What happened?
No, it's because you're the Colts. That's why.
Graf Von T-Roll, Saudi Arabia should have an entire month off. They beat the team that won it all. Yeah,
exactly. I remember all of us were laughing when they lost to
Saudi
Arabia.
They had.
I thought they were done. I was like, oh, y'all lost to Saudi Arabia? Yeah, y'all not gonna make it.
Yeah, and they turned it up. David Crunch. Hi, Tree. Remember that scene in Mars Attacks when Jack Black's character is killed and his parents are flipping through the channel saying, that didn't just happen. That's the reaction of all Patriots fans yesterday. That was
I remember looking at Red Zone. My jaw just dropped. I'm like, what?
We didn't even talk about that. That game happened. The way the Patriots lost. What other
Tampa Bay collapsed. Tennessee. Detroit,
Detroit's on fire.
Happened.
Jacksonville's about to fuck around and win the AFC South.
Yeah, I mean, I can really see that. Like when Drake London fumbling and Atlanta landing is a very small portion of that weekend, you'd say things were kind of fucky.
Yeah,
kind of fucky.
Yeah. And then Spartan Win says, Tree, the football gods love your greatest game videos. They love it so much they'll make sure it becomes a weekly series. P.S. What god did Matt Ryan piss off to get all those blown leads? Probably just God.
No, it's just it's like Job. Remember, like that he didn't do anything. It's just like, look, I will prove this man is my greatest servant by ruining his life. And guess what? Took away his family, took away his village, took away his home, took away his health. That's pretty much what they're doing with Matt.
And then he was like, I was just fucking with you.
Yeah.
Like,
by the way, angry. Here, have a new family.
Yeah. Nick Kovac, I was always confused on the Christmas to Easter timeline. I didn't know how they crucified a 7-month-old Jesus growing up.
It's like, don't think about the continuity so much.
Yeah. You got to it's sort of like a suspended disbelief type situation, Got to take the positives out of it. Okay, let's bring up the tier maker.
Oh boy. While you're doing that, I'll read another super chat. David R. Did you guys catch Pat McAfee roast the Chief superfan / bank robber on the show today? I'm kind of not super familiar with that. Like what happened? Apparently, he's a super fan that robbed a bunch of banks
while wearing his Chiefs mask. So apparently, he would show up to the games with his Chiefs mask on. And also rob banks with that Chiefs mask on. And that's how they caught him, where they're like, oh, this dude that's the guy that robbed me. He's wearing the wolf thing. And then
hey, that's the guy from the bank, right?
And that's how he funded his trips. He funded his trips to go follow the team by robbing banks. He was like, damn.
I mean, I feel like you got to give him probation for getting away with it for so long.
I mean, he did rob some banks.
I mean, because look, how long did it take them to figure that out? He was a super fan, which means he was well known.
Yeah,
so
they
probably thought it was like a different type of mask. Probably blew his cover somewhere.
Texans level dog shit. Texans are still
Hey, real talk though. Why
they
the
played
Texans
hard
keep giving everybody? Why they keep giving everybody a fucking hard time?
Well, what did they catch though?
They still caught the L, but
they caught the L because they're the tank of tanks. They
They're
know
the
the main
tank
prize, and it's the number one pick
of tanks. All right, let's call up these games here. So Thursday night was 2 years ago here. 49ers Seahawks, kind of a whack game. You're right. But the real question is, with Big Cock Brock in there and just managing the game, are the Niners a Super Bowl contender?
They've won 7 in a row. They've won 7 in a row.
Yeah, I think they.
And I mean,
go ahead and put them up.
Remember, Jimmy G did not play well in that playoff run last year. So if they get passable quarterback play,
barely average.
Not even that. Like, I mean, he let Dallas back in the game. He wasn't that good against Green Bay, and he did nothing against the Rams. So I mean, if Brock Purdy is passable, he doesn't have to be elite. Like, as long as he just keeps the game in front of him. If he lets Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, and George Kittle do most of the work, don't make any mistakes. That's all you need to do. And I think they've got a good chance of making the Super Bowl. Just
don't think you got to be the guy.
Yeah,
if you got to be the guy, you'll know when you got to be the guy because you'll
do what they're asking.
We'll obviously tell you we need this play right here, but don't think you got to be the guy. We've got a bunch of the guys all around you.
Yeah,
let them be the guys.
Nickname Bosa. His name is Bosa.
We tried to get our guy QB. His name's Trey Lance, and he is not healthy.
Yeah, and that looks like that's going to be a problem for them.
It is. And then Seattle's kind of in football hell. Like they've
lost 5 of 6. They're not doing well.
Lost their steam.
I think a lot of teams are losing their steam right now. I mean,
teams are banged up. They're missing players. It's like
the Cinderella teams are kind of falling off.
Yeah, but Philly's getting like healthier. Like
Philly's not really a Cinderella team though. We expected them to do well.
Yeah, we did expect them to be up there.
All right, Colts Vikings. This was the most hilarious game on earth. Like just the fact that the Colts blew a 33-point lead. They didn't deserve the 33-point lead. Like they just got out.
Minnesota self-destructed. Self-destructed, and then they realized, wait a minute, we got to get our shit together.
The refs were against them. I'm gonna say Minnesota. They clinched the division, so there's no ambiguity there. But they're not a Super Bowl team.
No,
the way that they play defense, no,
they're too cardiac to be Super Bowl
liability.
Yeah, and the Colts are barely in the tank bowl. They should be down here. Actually, they're Texans level.
They are. Their team's a joke. They blew a 33-point lead.
You know what? I'm gonna change this to
33-0 dog shit.
Saturday on a Saturday.
Any given Saturday, baby.
Yep. Do you know he's the only NFL head coach ever to be named after a day of the week? I looked it up. On Football Reference. I was like, Tuesday. There was one guy named Friday, but it was spelled different. Or no, there's somebody named Sunday, but it's spelled Sunde. And he played like tight end or some shit. And there might be a couple guys named Friday. And then there's Smoke Monday.
Smoke Monday. There's Rick Monday in baseball.
Rick Monday. Yeah.
Smoke Monday too.
Yeah. But there's nobody named Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Like you never met a guy named Fred Thursday. You never met that shit. Maybe Friday. Maybe there's some, Joe Friday from remember what was that show? The detective show.
I forget. Dragnet?
Dragnet. Yes. All right, Browns beat the Ravens. Ravens are
they're still wild card.
Their arrow is down.
Their offense is uninspired puke. Yeah.
Huntley's in there.
Because that offense is built specifically for one person to helmet.
It's not even
not helming it. It doesn't even look right.
Even before Lamar got injured, they were struggling. Remember Carolina? What happened there?
Yeah. Yeah, the defense is bad.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that, I mean, the philosophy of Baltimore's offense is based in a quarterback that is an extension of the run game. They don't really lean. Their passing game leans to their tight ends, and their receivers are mainly blockers. So it's it looks at its best when you have a on-point Lamar Jackson, because when he runs, you can't stop him. When he throws accurately to his tight ends, it's hard to stop. But when he's not that guy, it's always 2 or 3 notches more inefficient. And
because how many quarterbacks in the NFL have his skill set? That speed, the elusiveness.
Maybe, like Fields is the only one.
Yeah, Fields is close.
And his arm's still too raw to be considered a Lamar type.
Yeah.
All
right, and then let's do Dolphins, Bills, and close out, and then read some supers. Bills, definitely Super Bowl. They beat the team that they needed to beat. Dolphins are definitely a wild card. Not
a wild card, but they're not like tough. They're still kind of struggling, but at the same time, I think they'll pull through.
That was a good ass game, though. The Dolphins came to play. They came to play, and they almost pulled it out.
Yeah. Well, they've got Green Bay this week, and then New England and the Jets. So it's not an easy schedule per se, but I think they can at least get 1 or 2 wins.
It'll keep them at the top of their game going into the playoffs.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the Dolphins' defense is like, and once their offense is having issues, it's not.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, but I like that their receivers made big plays in an adverse environment. I mean, I think that was big for them though.
It's a confidence booster. I remember when the Giants almost beat the Patriots to get them 16-0 or whatever. Like it's big to know that you can hang with who you think is gonna be there at the end. It's be like you're not afraid of them motherfuckers. Be like, all right, we took their best punch, we took their best shot. We ain't even give ours yet. So they might think that they can get them. Plus, they proved they can play in the cold, and that's big for a Miami team. They must have been practicing in the air. They must have had the AC turned way down or something,
Blasting it.
Yeah. All right, Tree, read from, I think it's the King Barrel Maker.
Yep, the King Barrel Maker. Colts are Victoria's Secret of the Week. Inside joke, joke. We had a really shitty stream on Sunday. It was it was very shit.
You know what?
Do what you gotta do, man.
You know what a Victoria's Secret is, Ooch?
Nuh-uh.
You ever find?
You mean like the brand?
No. you know like that Urban Dictionary stuff, like Cleveland Steamer,
Dirty Sanchez, and
Dirty Sanchez. Well, Victoria's Secret. That's when you find a turd in. You ever find a turd down in the bush to say? That's what a Victoria's Secret is.
Damn. Okay. Well, there you go.
A little hard turd down there. Colon cancer. So we told that. I told that story last week or on Thursday or Saturday night.
Sunday.
Now everyone has been educated. All right, keep reading.
Yeah, so buddy. You're talking about Victoria's Secret and colon cancer. That was the answer. Minnesota Sports Junkie. Hey, 5, good luck to your G-Men on Sunday. Happy to see both our teams enjoying fun turnaround season.
Yeah, we could probably clinch if Washington, I think, and like Seattle lose. The Giants, if they beat the Vikings, clinch. Who knows though? Like, with what the upcoming opponents are going to bring at the end, because the Eagles, they play them last game of the season. They could have the top seed all locked up. They might sit everybody, So, but they're not going to want the Giants to get into the playoffs.
No.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Justin Maybach, Utah Jazz legacy of failure still coming. It always feels like forever between NHL players guys at this time, but NFL so much. Thanks, you Tree, and 5 points fits. Yeah, it's just too much going on. I can't even get to other shit.
So much stuff. Like, I mean, dude, really with the NHL, like that takes over in like June, July when the playoffs are happening. Like no one's really paying attention. Like baseball's kind of been that mid-season lull. That's when the shit takes over. Justin Maybach, Utah Jazz legacy of failure still coming. Also, it always feels like
I already did that one. We did Jack Danner.
Yeah, NHL haters guides at the. You literally just read that.
Yeah,
Danaher.
Speaking of which, we did get a hundo bomb.
Hundo. All right, bust out the
Merry
Jesus.
Christmas. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. All right, read it, Tree.
Gentlemen, and I use that word loosely with the assembled hosts. How about them Cowboys? The tears of Dallas fans always taste the sweet.
Uche called it. Uche called it.
Uchstradamus strikes again.
Uchstradamus.
He did not stutter. He knew it was going to happen. I was surprised at how well they played. I was surprised at the way they did it. I thought it would be like some 24-10, like just shocker of a game. But they did it the way that they needed to, which was just outscore fucking Dallas, dude, which is surprising.
The Jaguars are in a unique position. They're a young team. Their arrow is pointed directly up because they have a quarterback that makes, for the most part, I think 90% of the time makes big-time decisions and big-time plays. And if they win the division and get into the playoffs, they would be probably the most dangerous team not named Buffalo or Kansas City.
Yeah, the problem with that is like, if they run into KC or Miami or something like that, like
they're not ready.
If they run into a team like KC, immediately they're out.
Yeah, because KC can outrun them.
If they run into a Miami, they can beat a Miami.
Yeah.
If they run into a Buffalo, they beat Buffalo with the worst team, and that's the same Buffalo squad.
Yeah.
So anything can happen in the playoffs, and you only need to win 2 games to get to the.
That's true.
You only need to win 2 games to get to the conference.
The question is can the defense hold up? You know what I'm saying? Like,
can the defense hold? The defense is what has kind of helped propel them lately. I mean, minus that Detroit game, minus the game against the Lions, the defense has been making. They've plus 5 point differential. So.
Did we read Jack Danaher? No, okay. Danaher. Sad to know that we're in a recession since July. Yeah, this just snuck up on us. DDR MST Pro. Is this the year 2 sub 500 teams make the playoffs? So Tampa's making it.
Probably Tampa sub 500, and then probably what, AFC South?
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I mean, if Tennessee loses to Houston, all bets are off. I mean, they do not have Ryan Tannehill, but they didn't have Ryan Tannehill last time either. So
he was not good. And AL says Saudi team was gifted RR. Do they get a warranty? Let's go UW. Hey Tree. So if by some miracle we have a Jags Lions Super Bowl, it will be the greatest season of greatest games. Jags Lions.
Browns Lions is always.
Yeah. Dodger of Zion. Sorry, Hie, but I'm gonna do my best. Jeremy Clarkson, because it's time for the smug face. Yeah. Eagles.
Well, the Bears are just trying to tank. They don't care.
CBNK says Correa failed his physical. Deal is off. San Francisco's bone. No, they just delayed that. They said there's an issue. There's an issue with the physical. They haven't.
Like they're not gonna end that deal quickly. Like
no. They said he might not have been feeling well or something like that. Like it was like a precautionary. With it. Okay, Eagles, Bears. The Bears hung around. Justin Fields had maybe one of the most electric runs in the history, but then finally the bullshit stopped, and the Eagles are still a Super Bowl contender, and the Bears are in football hell.
If the Bears were any good, they would have won this game. The Eagles had so many offensive miscues. So many. Like they had like 3 picks, a fumble, and a like missed field goal, I think.
Yeah, those are the kind of games where a team plays like shit and it's kind of masked because they won. You know what I mean? Like, but that's how it is. That's how it be. Oh, the Red Penguins just scored.
Yep, I did see that.
Of Geno Malkin.
Little snipe.
Yeah, sniper diaper. Lions and the Jets. Lions are in position to take a wild card.
They are.
My God.
6 to 7, baby.
They
won 6 to 7.
They are trending up.
And remember, people wanted Dan Campbell fired after 1-6.
1-6.
It's a hell of a turnaround.
Yeah.
Massive. It's their defense, too. Like, it's not even like, oh, there's a lot of bullshit happening their way. Like, it's legitimate just improvement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And this game, Zach Wilson played okay.
Like, they could fuck around and just beat a team in the playoffs.
I think the Jets are out of playoff spot now.
They are, yes.
Yeah. They're tied with the Patriots, so they're in football hell now. Mm-hmm. They don't really have much to play for.
Oh, they have plenty to play for.
Well, I mean, they could win the last 2 games and maybe win the get a playoff spot. Maybe.
Let's see what their schedule is. They've got Jacksonville, Seattle, and Miami
on Thursday.
So it's not an easy schedule.
Yeah, it's tough. That Jags game.
And Zach Wilson has to play quarterback.
Yeah, and Zach Wilson was
the MILF hunter. Yep.
He was
he had to come back from MILF Island. He was like, "Oh, I got to come back from MILF Island. I can't play football. I was out getting pussy." Yeah. All right, Steelers, Panthers. A game the Steelers should have won. A game they did win, but pretty ugly all around.
Well, it was just like it was one of the better games they played all year, but it would have been nice if they did this in the 6 games they pissed away instead of a meaningless one that all it does is fuck with your draft position. So they are in football hell. They are in the epitome of football hell.
But they are, the mission is just not to have a losing season right now.
Pretty much. And it's the worst case scenario because you're going to go 9-8, miss the playoffs, and you're just sitting there like, okay, why?
Picking middle of the round.
Yeah, you're in football hell. That is football hell.
Football hell. And the Panthers are football hell. They don't.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
They're
still a game out of a playoff spot.
Right.
Remember.
That's right.
The entirety of the NFC South is in football hell.
Stupid. Like, how does that happen, dude? It's just stupid. All right, and let's do Chiefs Texans. Chiefs are a Super Bowl team. They might, as long as they don't rob a bank and get convicted of fucking grand larceny. And then the Texans are fucking trash.
I put them in tank bowl.
Yeah, they are tank bowl because they're gonna win that shit. They're actually better than the Colts because at least they have something to like play for, you know. Well, what a snipe by Malkin right there. Went through a screen and everything. That was nasty. Okay. Read some supers.
Will do, sir. Will do. Let's go with Ron Goff 248. Jaguars giving me false hope or real hope, depending on how Tennessee is looking. Also, we beat Dallas. You're welcome, America. Philly, don't say Doug doesn't still care about you. I mean, Tennessee looks like shit. I mean, that is actual hope.
Bad. Yeah, they look like shit.
They control their own destiny.
Yeah, the Jags control their own destiny.
Dude, you haven't said that in probably 5 years?
Yeah, 5 years.
I mean, this has been that different. The script writers got together like, hey, we can't have all these teams sucking. Like, we got to flip it around.
Yeah, eventually, the teams that suck have to be good. Kinda, right?
Something's got to turn.
Ask Cleveland.
Yeah, that's true.
Jacksonville had their year. It's like, okay, you could suck again.
Yep.
In Sean DM, I agree on the D.
My bad.
Sorry, go ahead. You're good. Go ahead.
I was going to say, they literally had their year, and then they sucked again.
Yeah. Then they instantly sucked. Like that AFC Championship game was an anomaly. Just
Saxonville year.
Blip. Yeah. It's the blip.
In Sean DM, I'd agree on the D, but the Vikings only allowed 3 points in the whole second half in OD. The defense did something, though I need to see consistency. I think Indy was just trying to play to, be conservative. I think that was
Indy didn't even play conservatively. They just kept 3-and-outing, and they didn't even waste any time off the clock. They had they had 4 drives of less than a minute.
And that's poor play call.
They possessed the ball 8 times in the second half, and half of the drives were less than a minute. None of them went over 3 minutes. Like, how do you have a 33-point lead or a 36-7 lead and not kill clock? Like, that just reeked of tanking, like intentionally losing the game. Like I don't see any way around it. Like they were just purposely trying to fuck up. That's just what it seemed like.
I mean, because if you ran the ball 3 times, you would run 40 seconds off the clock each time.
It's 2 minutes, 15 seconds every time. Like you can't, it's indisputable. Like plus whatever time you get for the 4th down. Like they didn't. They just refused to fucking. And the other thing was, dude, Minnesota gave them the ball on 2 possessions. So that means that Minnesota got their points back with 2 wasted possessions. Like, come on. You can't tell me that the fucking Colts weren't trying to lose that game. Okay. Fucking Minnesota had turnover on downs and an interception, and they still won the game in the second half when they were already down 33 points. All right.
Let's keep going here. Sports Ball Otaku 21. Hey, Bidwell, you're going to fire the guy who got outplayed by Nathaniel Hackett. He gave up 2 touchdowns on 1st and goal. I mean, Keim's already out.
Keim, he had to retire he Gettlemaned him. They Gettlemaned him.
Pretty much. He'll get his money.
We'll let you come back on Alumni Day or whatever. Like
pretty much.
That's fine.
Miguel Villasenor, how optimistic can I be about the Cubs in 2023?
Not very. Who'd they just sign, though? They signed somebody good.
Dansby Swanson.
Yeah. There you go. That's your guy, Dansby.
And you got Cody Bellinger.
Yeah, and Cody Bellinger. So you got one reclamation project, and you got a solid shortstop. You still got Baez? They still got Baez over there?
Javi Baez? No, he's in Detroit.
Jeez.
They have Seiya Suzuki. They have
who do they got to pitch though?
Kyle Hendricks.
That's it. That's their opening day start.
Trying to think. They have Marcus Stroman.
Oh, okay.
Trying to think who else they have. They have a few other guys.
Stroman's a 4-starter. That's what he is
right now. Yeah,
Stroman,
he did not do well.
Stroman to me, like he's good, but then he doesn't. He's not an ace, you know. He's good.
Connor Akers. Hey, Tree, will there be a World Cup video incoming? I mean, I don't know if I have the time. That's the problem.
Yeah, and you don't. It's hard to deal with the fucking claims and the blocks from FIFA and shit.
Yep.
Like you can't even talk about their
They're
product.
fucking. Yeah,
they're ruthless.
They're madness.
Yeah. And no one's tested them either. Like a bunch of other, like they would be like, "No, we'll sue you." Like just out of principle.
Pretty much.
No.
Pretty much.
You can tell when somebody's that litigious. Like they'll take it to the end. It to the end.
FIFA, I mean, dude, they held the World Cup in Qatar. They will do anything to get that money.
They said openly North Korea could host a World Cup. They're just like, look, if you have the money, we will let you play. If you have,
we offer sell. We offer sell.
Yeah,
it's a global game. Global game.
Yeah, that means we'll take euros, we'll take fucking drachmas, we'll take fucking North Korean yen. And what do they have? Yen or won? It's won, I think, right? What's Korean currency?
I forget.
They'll take all that shit. They'll take pesos. As long as that check deposits, they're like, fuck yeah. And they're like, look, we can hold it in Qatar. Y'all didn't care. All y'all watched the fucking final. You don't care.
Watched everything.
Yeah, you don't care
Liars.
This country makes it illegal to be gay. You know? Your human rights don't mean shit. China will probably host the World Cup at some point.
Buddy, God's butt monkey. This week's NFL player from the past and a fave of mine, 6'5", 240-pound former Aussie rules player turned punter Darren Bennett.
Ooh, we got
the San Diego Superchargers.
Oh, San Diego Superchargers. All right, we naming that wild ass punters.
Okay. Oh yeah, let's go with Reggie Roby.
Yeah, Matt Turk.
That's a good one.
Yeah, he was a punter, I think. Yeah,
yeah. Matt Turk was a punter.
Yep. All right, read one more, and we'll get back to the games.
Yeah, buddy. Let's go with a certain. Looking up Darren Bennett.
Darren Bennett.
Commando CQC. With the way Daniel Jones is playing, would he return to rookie form where he passed for 24 yards if he has Shepard and Robinson on the field? And a big FU to Kenny Galladay.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The Giants are probably gonna franchise tag him, which I could see. They're gonna give Saquon a new deal. Give him a 3-year deal, right? Franchise tag Daniel Jones, pull a Washington like with a Kirk Cousins on him, and then go out and sign the biggest name free agent wide receiver you can, and then shoot Kenny Golladay into the sun.
Like, do you think they go after Lamar Jackson though?
He's fucking healthy. Yeah, if
that's
Jackson's
my question.
willing,
like, I think like they'll go for somebody else if they can get someone better. That's what.
If Jackson's willing to come, like, you got to pull the trigger on Lamar Jackson. He's a generational talent. There's nothing against Daniel Jones, but like anybody who's an evaluator of NFL talent would say, yes, I would much rather have Lamar Jackson than Daniel Jones.
You can build your offense around that.
Right. Especially when it comes down, when you have to give one of those two money, right? It's not like Daniel Jones is in the second year of his rookie deal. Oh, the Penguins scored again.
The false hope is consuming me whole. We're going to lose in the first round of the playoffs again. Thank God.
But Lamar, I don't see Lamar becoming available. Like, the Baltimore would be fucking
I don't think so. I think they use it as an excuse to let him go because I don't think they want to pay him $250 million guaranteed.
I don't think they want to pay him either.
I think that's
I don't think they want to pay him.
I think that's
they don't want to pay him because I feel like getting rid of Greg Roman's going to be an excuse. Be like, look, we like Lamar Jackson. I don't think he's worth that. I think they're going to go elsewhere.
That's just dumb.
And that will go down as the biggest mistake in the history of the Baltimore.
Right, because Lamar could end up in like San Francisco or something. You know what I mean? Like or Denver. You know what I mean? Like there's someplace crazy.
Can you imagine if he ends up in San Francisco?
Oh my gosh! They just fucking cut Trey Lance or trade him for a draft pick. And just be like, yeah, we'll get rid of you. Fucking cut Jimmy G, and then we'll have Lamar, and they'll win 2 championships with him.
Yeah.
Like, because right now they might win a championship with fucking Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. All right.
With that defense they got, shit.
Yeah. That's a defense wins championships. Saints and the Falcons. The Falcons falconed, and both these teams are basically in football hell, right?
Oh, yeah. They are the epitome of football hell.
Yeah. And here we are. We've gotten to the game. The Jaguars and the Cowboys.
Wild card, baby.
Dude, last year, the Jaguars,
wild card, baby,
had their own tier. The Jaguars for the last 2 years have had their Urban Meyer tier. What a turnaround, right? Secondly, what an indictment of Urban Meyer.
You just needed somebody who wasn't Urban Meyer. That's all you needed. It's like put a wooden plank out there, but you would have had improvement. That's pretty much all it is.
Anything would have been improvement. But what's special about this is I see it is that you went and got a quarterback to get a quarterback right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
a guy who is experienced as who's a guy who came back from 35 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
Or came back on with Buffalo. No, that's Frank Reich. My bad.
No, that's Frank Reich. Peterson was a backup, I think, for a bit.
Peterson's won a Super Bowl though, and he played for the Browns. Like, so he's
won a Super Bowl. He's played quarterback.
He's a journeyman.
He had, but those are the guys who have all the knowledge. The journeyman has all the data. He just didn't have the talent to display it in the same way as other guys. But he can bestow that information and that data onto a generational talent, and you can watch that cat bloom like a flower in front of everybody. And that's what's happening right now. Really, I didn't have a doubt that these motherfuckers was going to come back, even down 17. I was like, this isn't the same Jaguars that, even the best Jaguar team I played on, if we're down 17, I mean, that's even the playoff order. Jaguars, that's a big order because we're a team that scores through methodical grind on you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You're not a quick strike.
We're not a 30-second score team unless it's just some fluke shit. Mm-hmm. But this is a Jaguars team that can score that quick consistently.
Dude, Lawrence, he's like Herbert, this isn't hyperbole, but I think I'm giving the edge over Herbert. I'm thinking, especially ceiling.
He's smarter.
Especially ceiling for Lawrence. They're both kind of similar build, tall, huge arm. But like ceiling wise, definitely Lawrence has a higher ceiling than Herbert. Like I think Lawrence can go as far as he wants to go, for real.
Yeah.
Like the dude looks
that's
good.
why they called him the best quarterback prospect since Andrew Luck.
Yeah, and last year kind of hid all his talents because it was just bad. Like he was getting blitzed.
Nobody could grow in that environment.
Yeah.
Nope.
And now you're seeing
you thought were garbage. Now they're balling on the Jaguars
Mm-hmm.
because they're growing. They're actually becoming better players and learning.
And
they weren't learning last year, so they all looked bad.
Here's one thing that pisses me off about Kenny Golladay is everyone made fun. Is like, how are you going to give Christian Kirk $20 million a year? Every Jacksonville game I've seen, Christian Kirk is balling. He is coming up with huge catches. He is fighting for yards. Like he is worth every bit of that $20 million. And when you see that the Giants paid Golladay like $17 million to do nothing, and then you see Kirk put his heart into every play, it's just like, how did you not see that Golladay didn't have that dog in him, and that the Jaguars recognized that Kirk did? You know.
Well, remember, a lot of people shit on that Kirk signing.
Yeah,
because remember they overpaid all those players.
Yeah, people shit on it, but it's working. It's working because
you have Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, well, Balky knew that this guy was a worker, though. That's the difference. Is that Kirk he's a worker. He's a grinder, and you need that. You need that in the NFL for sure. But anyways, any final thoughts, Ooch, on this win other than it was great?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's the wins like that change perceptions about franchises, and they have two of them this season: one against Baltimore, one against Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
I like where it's going.
Yeah, let go. All right, Broncos, Cardinals. These teams are both fucking shit. Just get on down here with Jeff Saturday and all that shit. Y'all are trash. And all right, Tree, read some supers.
Oh, they all mega trash. Ultra trash. I got to look where we are. Hold on. Simpson since 90 for 5 bones. Merry Xmas to the Siskel and Ebert of YouTube Sports Edge posting. Let's toast to the Rams 5-star Super Bowl hangover. The Lions, thank you for the top 5 pick.
You're very welcome.
And Evan Richard for 5. Who will win this year's tank division? Tampa Bay. It'll be Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Tampa Bay's got it. Mm-hmm.
Baron Von Noob for €5. Washington is in football hell because we won't beat the Niners and Cowgirls, and we'll miss the playoffs by 1 game probably. Hart from Amsterdam.
Yeah, that was a big loss to the Giants, and a lot of people didn't give the Giants a chance, but the Giants should have won 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean,
Redskins
pissed it away. I'm sorry, the commies pissed it away.
The commies. Yeah, you're canceled.
Yeah, okay. Jerry Mejias, with recent injuries, I have doubts playing Dallas. And I think this is Philly.
No
Jalen Hurts, but you do have Gardner Minshew. You have
Gardner Minshew.
Caleb Corson, Cubs will use Ian Happ as a pitcher just for poops and giggles. Can't wait to see Lowell Mets reign as the best pitching staff and still not make it.
Yeah, my concern with the Mets is their health, right? Scherzer,
you have an old rotation.
Weeks. Yeah, Verlander is old, like they're gonna have to load manage a lot. And maybe if you get to the playoffs, Verlander and Scherzer are gonna be good. But it's
and
just
you have Kodai Senga too out of Japan.
The last thing you need though is to come in as a wild card. Like you need to win the division and steamroll. Like you can't come in as a unseeded.
Definitely. That one guy, Tree, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Kevin O'Connell is a sorcerer. His powers only activate in the second.
Yeah. He made some good adjustments in that game. He made some bad decisions too. Those 2 4th and 1s in the first half, really bad decision making. Yeah. But luckily the half ended before it really cost him.
Incheon DM, SF cuts their backups, gets injured again. Explode.
That could be.
Game show gumbo. Whenever Ooch says Jags will beat the Cowboys on Sunday, take it to the pay window.
Yep. Oochstradamus knows it. He knows it.
Oochstradamus has been right in a good chunk of games. I remember he did call Indy over Jacksonville, or Jacksonville over Indy last year.
He did. He did call that.
Mm-hmm. ECW Hardcore. Look out, NFC 49ers aren't messing around. 49ers got Super Bowl.
Dude, if I'm the Eagles, I probably worry the most about the 49ers because they can shut you down. It could be like one of those ugly NFC championship games where they just fucking slugging each other in the mouth. Like, it could easily be that way.
Mm-hmm.
San Fran has the same. San Fran is the true counterpart to the Eagles. They have that. They have the same talent on defense that you have on offense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they can match
up well.
They can match up. And the thing with the Eagles is, like a lot of their offense is predicated by the run. If you can stuff the run, then you're gonna have to make you're gonna have to make Hurts find that open guy devoid of play action.
Yeah, Fred Warner is their Jalen Hurts on the defense, so it's like you have two real generals there that changed the game.
And Bosa's after, like, I mean, they might even be.
Bosa's having a resurgence. He might be defensive player of the year.
Yeah, he's looking like a Watt out there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he crushes
menacing.
Zertho16, Commanders fan here, went to my first game ever. It was cold and very mixed of Giants and Commanders fans. Had fun. Just wish my team could win. GG5.
Yeah, my best friend went to that game. He didn't even invite me. No, I wouldn't have gone. I wouldn't have gone, man, because like it takes so long to get up there, and then it takes hours to get out. Like, so I'm already 2 hours away from the stadium. I wouldn't get home until like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, it would be exhausting. I mean, I wouldn't even want to stay at my parents' house. Like, I wouldn't even show up at like 1 in the morning and just be like, "Hey, can I crash?" Fuck that.
Yeah. Game show gumbo, with the way the 49ers are playing, I wouldn't be shocked if we get a 49ers Chiefs Super Bowl 54 repeat. Hopefully we get the Niners winning this time. Chiefs are kind of iffy on defense. I don't know.
You got a lot of competition in the AFC. The Miami could get it together.
Buffalo could always get it together.
Buffalo wants
Cincy could get back there.
AFC is like the Western Conference in basketball.
Yeah.
You've got like 5 teams that could all be Super Bowl contender or easily be Super Bowl matchups. And they're playing each other.
Yeah, it all depends on who's hot.
Yeah.
Joe Bonogo. Common Uche W. Yes, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And James Lindsay says, yesterday was a great day. My son smacked the Lakers and the Rams got eliminated from the playoffs. #BLA. And Sarver's selling the team. Like,
oh, yeah. For $4 billion.
Yeah. They're really showing him. All right. Patriots and Raiders with the most hilarious fucking ending. What was Kobe Myers?
Pain.
Why didn't they just kneel?
Ramondre.
He forgot that the game was fucking tied.
How do you not know the situation? Damn, you know what? I gotta ask Justin some questions about Matt Ryan tomorrow. Don't remind me to ask them those questions, because there were some things that they did that the Colts did, but also, like, why didn't Belichick tell his team to kneel it out at the end of the game? Like,
because they thought he was going to get tackled, I guess.
No, why didn't he just kneel? Like, just take. Why did they run a play? Were they trying to get some fantasy yardage?
Well,
like,
this is the reason why you do that. You do that because, and this is really like, it's just an afterthought, but we've had situations like that in the game where it's like, we're running this play, which is our money run play, just to see if it pops. If it pops, then you go. You go as far as you can go. Okay. But don't do anything stupid.
Right. And they did 2 stupid things. Yeah.
Yep. It was hurting the moment I saw Ramondre try to flip it back. I'm like, and then he runs backwards. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, God.
How about the stiff arm from Chandler Jones on Mac? On Mac Jones. He shoved him into the ground like a tent stake. Like, he was just like, get down into the ground. Like, he treated him like a mascot and a toddler. He was just like, get the fuck off of me. And then I like how Mac Jones like tried to like
grab him. He tried to do a little quick grab.
He fucking treated him like a bitch and then ran. And Mac Jones just looked up.
Mac Jones is in like the worst position. It's like, yo, why did you just throw the ball back here?
Like Mac Jones is like trying to contemplate why is he trying to tackle Chandler Jones? Like he's like, what am I doing?
Why?
And the next thing you know, he's getting shoved in.
And Chandler Jones was just sitting there because he missed the tackle when Ramondre passed him. And he just stood there and it's like, oh, what's up? And then it's like, okay.
He like saw it all the way. He was like, "Are you really gonna throw the ball?"
He's like, "Are you really throwing that back here?"
And he was like, "Yes." And then all he sees is a Patriot in front of him. He's like, "Oh," and he knows it's the quarterback too, right? Because like you wouldn't try to stiff arm the running back or something.
And the thing is, like, why would he throw it back to the quarterback? He can't throw it forward.
Yeah,
because he's already passed the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. It was so dumb. It was such a confluence of dumb things happening all at once, and it was just made for the miracle of NFL Sunday. Like just
save the Raiders' ass.
The Patriots, yeah. And both these teams, ironically, are in football hell. Like the Patriots really cost themselves. They could have locked up, or at least gotten really close to a playoff spot, and they didn't. They didn't. All right, Titans and Chargers.
Oh God, this was a bad game.
Ryan Tannehill was in the medical tent looking out, probably getting like a prostate exam. Did y'all see that picture of him just looking out from the tent? Just like,
yeah.
He was like,
hold on, I have it.
Titans are still somehow going to win the division, aren't they? Yeah.
I don't know.
No, unless the Jaguars come out of nowhere.
They have to play Jacksonville again.
Oh my God. Oh, so let's put them in division for now. But I don't see that lasting.
Let me out. Let me out.
4 straight.
I'm not hurt.
4 straight. The Titans have lost. They're playing like shit. They're being coached. They're being out-coached. Tannehill is not the guy. Henry.
The problem is you stop Derrick Henry, you stop that offense.
Yeah. Tannehill has to keep you honest
because there's not even the threat of an AJ Brown over there anymore.
No.
Yeah, Traylon Burks, and he's been
fired their GM. They were like the owner. Who's the owner?
Because that does affect the run game now. That's one more person that just goes into the run game.
Who owns the Titans now? Bud Adams' wife or something?
Yeah,
like
no,
that?
his daughter, Amy Adams Strunk.
Amy Adams. She was like, who traded AJ Brown? She was like, that
raise
guy
your
was
hand,
on our team.
please.
He probably saw like him tearing it up with Philly. And she's like, that guy was on our team and we traded him. You're fired. Yeah, I don't even know that I own this team. I don't even know football, but I know that getting rid of AJ Brown was a bad move. Okay. Chargers are a wild card team.
Yeah. That they're a really fraudulent wild card team.
Fraudulent, but yeah.
They're a wild card team.
They're gonna make it. Bengals and Bucks. Bengals were up, or Buccaneers were up 17-0. The cursed, which seems to be the cursed lead this year in the NFL. And then the second half was 34-0 Bengals.
Yeah, it was a collapse.
The Bucks are fraudulent fucking playoffs.
Bucks are self-destructing. Fraud. They're not even frauds. They're just shit.
And Brandon Perna said this was the first time that Tom Brady's been the worst quarterback in the league 2 weeks in a row.
But be careful. Be careful. His dick riders will come after you.
Yeah, they
always will.
Yeah, Patriots and Bucks fans alike.
Yeah, which is the problem because Tom Brady has not been good this year. He has declined.
He hasn't been good at all. He looks like an old quarterback who shouldn't be out there.
Yeah, he looks like sad Peyton. He's not as bad as Peyton Manning was.
But he's down there. As I said this like a few months ago, it's like he's like 2015 Peyton Manning without him realizing that he is that Peyton Manning.
Listen, I'm 46. Okay. Like I know, like when you think like your body, your mind is still
your mind can
30.
Still do it.
Yeah, your mind is still 25.
Your body can't.
But I tell you, your body don't like to agree. Like, dude, my bench isn't where it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like you try to, you're not getting stronger. Like at this point, you're getting weaker. And Tom Brady is probably
he looks I mean, he looks tiny out there. He looks tiny now.
Yeah.
Well, he was never really a weightlifter. He was always
never a big guy, but he did have a little bit of girth to him. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's gone.
I mean, he looks good physically. He's just not making.
He doesn't have the snap in his throws anymore.
He's yelling at all his teammates. I wonder when someone's going to be like, why don't you shut the fuck up?
I feel like every time when that happens, they take away all the Microsoft Surface tablets and they're like, put this in the book, please.
You'll need these for later.
It's like Schindler's List, but with Microsoft Surface tablets. It's like, we have to protect these people. These are not Microsoft Surface tablets. These are Apple iPads. You're okay. They're fine.
This motherfucker really be yelling at everybody. It's like, bruh.
Yeah. And he's telling us, he's like, we don't quit. I would be like, man, you need to shut the fuck up because you quitting on us. Your arm quit. Your arm quit in the first quarter. Motherfucking Tom Brady yelling at us not to quit because they were down 35-0.
But did you see the handoff he tried to give to Leonard Fournette?
No, I didn't see that. What happened?
The ball flew out of his hand before it even got to Leonard Fournette.
Oh man, he's getting that old people butterfingers.
He fumbled it into Leonard Fournette. And then Leonard Fournette dropped it.
I'm telling you, man.
He's supposed to be getting it handed to him, and it got thrown into his stomach.
Father Time is an asshole, man. That motherfucker.
It makes you look like a
dick. Look, when you need ibuprofen to get I used to watch those bear commercials and be like, why you need aspirin just to go throughout your day? And then when in the morning when I wake up and my shoulder hurts, and I just take some ibuprofen and the pain literally goes away. And I'm just like, oh shit, that motherfucker's one lion. I'm like, what?
How they knew?
Yeah. I was like, damn, I need to go get some bear. Fuck, them fucking ads work like shit.
Right.
Literally, I was like, no way, man. No way. All right. Where do we leave off?
Well,
I think Connor Akers.
Connor Akers. Could Purdy make a run for offensive rookie of the year?
No, too late.
No, it's going to be Olave. Probably Olave.
Olave, yeah. Trevor Lawrence should count as a rookie.
True.
They should have the Urban Meyer clause on that. Yeah, Olave.
I'm trying to think who else it would be. Kenneth Walker kind of faded off a little bit.
Is there a running back that's
Damian Pierce?
Yeah. Dotson.
I would say it's Olave. Olave.
Olave's really balling in New Orleans.
Pickens would, but he hasn't had any one-handed catches.
Yeah, he hasn't had they don't throw him the ball.
Productive. Yeah.
Let's go UW. The fact that the Yankees fans have the gall to say they've suffered more than any other franchise just fuels me to lose even more. Yeah. Try being a Pirates fan, fuckers.
Yeah.
Try. You guys get Aaron Judge back. We get highlight reels about Vince Velasquez. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, Pirates have the worst. Pirates are in the worst situation because Bob Nutting just rolls up to the Yankees. He just drives down there to pick up his luxury tax, and he's like, I don't fucking care about this team. I'm not gonna do shit with this money.
Nah.
Could you imagine
a better situation than they were a couple years ago when they were just quote unquote competitive and weren't going to do shit? So whatever.
Could you imagine, Ooch, if you're just let's say you're a bad YouTuber, but all the other good YouTubers have to pay you to bring them up to their level?
Dude, that would be amazing. I would.
Yeah. And you just wouldn't try. You would just make shitty ass videos every
I
week.
would just live stream. I would just live stream sitting in front of my fucking computer eating pizza.
Pretty much.
High and eating pizza.
I
guess I should smoke again. Because
the most you hear from me is me describing the bag of weed I just got.
Honestly, I feel a lot of Twitch streamers do that. They just look at random videos while they're eating shit.
With the money that the other content creators had to pay.
You're like, Logan's gonna be by later to drop me off my money from his fucking luxury tax.
Right. Mr. Beast, pay up your luxury tax, buddy.
Jimmy's gonna be by with his fucking YouTuber suck tax. Communism at work, everybody.
Right.
AAA Jaguar said, lol, screw your Jags Texans Tank Bowl ambitions. You have to wait till week 18 for the Colts Texans Tank Bowl instead. That could be a Tank Bowl.
It could very well be. I mean, that could be a finale because the Texans are the Tank.
We might have to live stream that.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't know if we'll be able to though.
I mean, we're not local.
Out of market. Yeah.
Yeah, and we
should
don't have
go
a
there.
Sunday ticket.
We should go to
Maybe.
Houston. Y'all want to meet up in Houston?
I don't know.
Hit up
that.
what's the club that's down there?
Houston is far as fuck.
Yeah, I know it is far.
Yeah, Houston's like just a sprawl, from what I've heard.
Oh, it's cool. Like, I don't hate Houston.
It's a nice city. Houston's a nice destination city.
Yeah, they got a nice little downtown area. You know, they got good restaurants.
It has everything that you can find. Like it's like a slightly low. It's a lower level Atlanta.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of Atlanta. Yeah, Houston's alright. There's that club in Houston, the Gold Club or the. I heard Dallas.
I don't remember what it.
I hear the establishments in Dallas are not.
DG's Dallas Gentlemen's Club.
Yeah, we didn't go there when we were in Dallas. We was too tired from playing football.
Right.
Inchon DM, give the Pats the Chargers pain overlay this week. Okay.
I don't know about that. I have some surprise for them.
Yep. And Andrew Meyer there is a slim possibility that all four of the Big Cat teams can make the playoffs, rooting for the Jags and Lions to make Cinderella runs into January.
What if it's Jags and Bengals versus Panthers and Lions, all four kitty teams in the conference championship?
And Daniel Crendall, I'm calling it now. We're going to get Bills versus Vikings in the Super Bowl. It would be a perfect ending to this chaotic season. Battle of the Curse franchise. You know what? I could fuck with that. But
yeah, I'd be okay with it. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, but like you want the best Super Bowls are where you have a good guy and a villain, right? You can't have two good guys. You can't have two.
Oh, don't worry. No, it's what happens is the secret is the winner will become the villain over time. Remember, everyone thought that Boston were the lovable losers for a long
long
when
they won in 2000, and then they were like, "Oh, you won again."
Yeah, remember the Red Sox, the lovable losers, and then they became cancer in 5 years.
Yeah, at least
it's how it always goes.
Followed that arch.
Well, the Cubs. The problem is with the Cubs is just like they suck again, and it's just like,
once
it's gonna be another 100 years until we win.
All right, let's make these last couple. Giants and Commanders.
Who are we? The Commanders.
Left hand up. Sig hit. What? Giants are squarely in position.
Yeah, they are
wild
in the
card.
wild card.
They could just win one out of the next three and probably get in.
Yeah, they need some help for this week if they want to make it in. But
I mean, the Vikings
probably
are going to be tough. But the Vikings have locked up the division, and they cannot. I don't think they can be the top seed.
No, but they can drop the 3. So
so they're going to try. Two very contrasting teams. I think the Vikings probably take that one. Washington really cost themselves. They're back down in football hell. They
kind of got robbed. Let's be real.
They did.
The refs missed a face mask. There was illegal hands to the face on Thibodeau on that play. So they
got poked in the eye.
Yeah, they were probably like, we could do offset
and
they would get
that,
another play.
Not pass interference call.
I mean,
the illegal formation.
Yeah, he played the ball though.
I'm surprised they even called that.
Dude, we were watching the game.
Ball. Is that what you call playing the ball?
Yeah, man.
Of course, he's going to be okay with it because his team won. If his team didn't win, he would not shut the fuck up about it.
That happened to me. I'd be like, "Fuck these refs."
He literally held this cat on the ground to keep him from jumping.
He did. But here's the thing: McLaurin was wide open on that play. He just Heineke couldn't see him because he was screened. So the lineman got up and screened McLaurin, but McLaurin lost his dude. But Heineke chose Dotson because he looked open, which he was. Except they let him, finger his butthole. So that happens sometimes in the NFL. You saw it in the Colts game. Sometimes you get away. Look, the Giants have been fucked by the refs for the last 6 years. I don't want to hear it. There's there was that game against the Saints where they punted and they got a penalty on the kick and then a 15-yard personal foul, and the Saints kicked the field goal with no time remaining. Like, come on now.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, you poor thing.
Yeah. All right.
Hey,
Your team
can
sucked for the last 6 years.
I got one that beats that. The fucking Purdue Boilermakers against Syracuse Orange this year. Purdue got so many personal fouls in the last 2 minutes of the game when they were winning and they lost the lead. They had the Syracuse ended up kicking the ball off from Purdue's 30-yard line. 2 times in a row.
Damn. So they just kicked it through the uprights and then
just kicked it to the literally. You're kicking off from
that'd
the
be funny to pooch kick that. That'd be funny if you just onside it. Why if you're kicking off on their 30, why wouldn't you just onside that? It's like worth the risk, right? Because even if they recover, it's like you're on your 20.
Purdue got like 4 personal fouls after the extra point when Syracuse took the lead late in the game. They got 4 personal fouls in a row.
Yeah. What did they do? Was there a fight or something? Or
it was some
chippy.
Lost my composure type shit.
Yeah. You don't need to do that. All right, and then last night, Tom Grossi and the Packers finally win a game because the Rams are
garbage.
They are garbage, and somehow the Packers are hanging on by a thread. Yeah, their playoff hopes are alive, but because
they're in the football
we
hell.
Put them down here. No, we put them down here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, don't worry. They'll be down there in a couple weeks. They play Miami. They're probably going to end up losing, unfortunately. And
all right,
that's going to be all she wrote.
Let's bring in all the characters.
Well, we'll do one more super chat while you're here. Kevin Michael Von Magnum, our old friend. Congrats, Uche, on your Jags AFC South championship. Don't know, someone else asked already. What was the coldest game you played?
Ooh.
Coldest game I played 2010 Cleveland season finale against Cleveland in Cleveland, wind chill of -13.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was a miserable game to be in. It was -3 when we got
-3
and lake effect wind too, so that's gonna be awful.
With the negative, but it felt like it was -13.
Cleveland should be illegal.
We agree down here. We agree.
We were in a situation win and we're in, and we were like, "Fuck this game." You're
like, "Win? How about we just go home? How about that? Yeah, win or go home." You know what? Going home sounds pretty good.
So cold.
No, fuck that. What's the coldest you've ever been? Like, I remember one time in Chicago. I was like, "This is fucking bullshit."
Oh yeah,
it was Chicago in January.
It was cold, yeah.
And then it was windy too, so it fuck.
We played Chicago and it was like 10 degrees when we played them. Sure. My second year in the league.
Dodge.
What's up? What am I hearing?
What's up?
The coldest I ever been was when I was at Purdue. It was like my first winter ever, the first real winter I ever been in. And I was like, bruh, there's like 4 feet of snow and it's like -9 every morning and school ain't closed.
What's 28? What is that? How many goals Alex Ovechkin has left?
I'm so close to 1,000 followers, y'all. Yeah, I'm getting desperate, but why the fuck not at this point?
Woo! Yeah, why not? He's got the mask on.
Get that clout. Chase it, baby.
Kevin, your team sucks. It's
Yeah, I know. That's why I congratulated Uche on his AFC South championship.
Yep.
They're also dead. You know, there was a stat that I found out. It's only a 1 in 17,000 chance that an NFL team will have to use 81 players. The chances of that happening 2 years in a row, 1 in 380,000.
They've used 81 players.
They've used 81 players this year again.
Jeez. Y'all are using nothing.
And they're not going to have, and spoiler alert, they're not going to have Ryan Tannehill on
Nope.
on
Oh, is he
Saturday.
done for
But
the
you have to
season?
remember, they were without Ryan Tannehill against Houston last time, and they still ended up winning.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
we'll
but
see what
now-
Malik Willis has.
We're gonna
This
see what
Houston team
happens.
seems to be giving motherfuckers problems, though.
Yeah, Houston is.
Yeah.
They're playing their toughest football
They
right
can
I
afford
can see
to
them-
win. They can
I
afford
can
to win one game.
I can see them fucking
Yeah.
around and winning.
now. Yeah, they have a 2-game lead in the choke bowl, so they could fucking. They
Why not?
they have a game to give.
And hell, it's gonna be fucking cold nearly everywhere. I mean, the kickoff is supposed to be like what, 5 degrees here in Nashville?
Yeah,
It's gonna be
that's
negative
cold for
11.
Nashville.
Negative 11 for Chicago.
When it's cold in Nashville because the river coming off the river like that,
Yeah.
it's
Yes.
nasty.
It gets
It
cold.
is
Like, Pittsburgh's the same
awful.
thing.
It's
Pittsburgh's
like
the
it
same
feels
way.
colder than it is. Like because
Yeah.
anytime you bring water, that flat surface and just the suck of the air, like out
It's
of
why
it,
that-
Just like
it's
you get
bad.
that crisp water air that
Yeah,
evaporates and
yeah,
just
you get
goes
that.
towards you.
It's
I'm almost
bad.
thinking that's why the turf or the field turf is so bad in Nashville, and I'm pretty sure that's why the field turf in Pittsburgh is so Nashville.
Well, that's why they're building a dome for Nashville.
I feels like if your stadium
Well, I
is
mean,
closer,
they got grass though, which is
well,
good.
if your stadium is closer to a river and you're using grass, it's going to have a very much more humid effect than it would. That's my theory, though.
Yeah.
It's probably
But-
why.
Actually, I was gonna do a video on why like stadiums are generally close to rivers. It's just because cities are generally close.
Close to rivers. It's
Rangers
waterways.
scored.
Yeah, Rangers got one back. Fuck you,
Yep.
Tree, you little bitch. Dodge, do you have any announcements before we take off?
Well, tomorrow night is one of my big streams. Tomorrow night I will be doing my annual Christmas of Bogus.
Because I will
Oh,
fuck
yes.
off
There
to
you go.
Slidell, Louisiana.
time
to
are
be
you
determined,
doing
but
that? Okay, yeah,
I'm
because
thinking.
we're doing the Uche show.
Yeah, and I'm going to be starting around 8, and so whenever you guys can pop in is when the real fun gets started. But we're starting tomorrow night at
What?
8 o'clock.
Okay, we might
And-
come in for a couple games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have a
that's
good old
that's
time.
Kitty.
What?
A distraction has appeared.
Yes.
All right, so just put a link in the chat. Hey, what's up?
On
Your
it
Bears
now.
suck.
5 points. Remember when I told you this entire season was the 4th preseason game?
Mhm.
The Eagles game just solidified that. And Cody White here might have some competition next year, which is kind of sad because he was a Pro Bowl center for us. But at guard, it didn't work out this past weekend. And I don't know. Jury's still out on Leatherwood. They're still rotating him in for snaps. I know
Yeah,
our laundry
you
list
guys
is
are
long.
just evaluating who's going to be Justin Fields' teammate next year. That's all that's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty
it's-
much it.
Yeah, it's
I've come to accept that.
Fields
fact.
is just doing it all anyway.
Stabby.
So,
Yeah.
all right, let's bring in Alex. He's in his car, or he was. All right.
Maybe.
Alex, do you
Acura
need a
only.
light on, bud?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's driving.
Unless
Hopefully,
it's
he
his
didn't
game.
get into an accident or anything.
No, I
Well, I
hear his
hear-
car. I hear his car.
Okay.
I hear a motor.
Tonight
I
on
hear him.
Alex Gear.
Yes.
There he is.
All right, Alex. Come on in. Whatever. Everyone join the fucking tire fire.
See the outline of his face.
Tire fire, yeah. Thanks.
Oh boy.
All right. Okay. Did the Rangers score again?
I don't know.
Did it cross?
I
Did it-
don't know.
Is it under
I-
review?
No, they're still playing for me.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's the show. Thanks everyone for coming out. Ooch, you got anything? We got the show tomorrow night.
We got the show
Yep.
tomorrow. Yep. 8
Tree,
o'clock.
you got
Sports
anything
ball
coming out?
tomorrow, and I'm shooting to do a Colts Vikings greatest game. Hopefully.
I got a surprise video. I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin it for anyone. I got a
Ooh, I like
cool
surprises.
idea. Okay. All right. 5 points. You made it to the end of the stream. See y'all next week.
Happy
Thanks,
holidays,
everybody.
everybody.
Love y'all. Love y'all, Mom.
Merry Christmas
holidays.
and Happy
holidays.
Hanukkah.
Merry Christmas. Happy
Merry Kwanzaa.
Hanukkah.